Trinity! Help!
Hey everyone, it's Cozy and welcome to this video. Today, I want to speak about VR gaming. Specifically, I want to speak about my experience upgrading from the PlayStation VR1 headset all the way to the Quest 3. Let's get into it. So, my experience upgrading from the PlayStation VR1 to the Quest 3 has been amazing. Oh wow! Oh my god, the quality of PCVR is literally insane. So I picked up the Quest 3 back in May this year, mainly for PCVR gaming, and I've been blown away by how much of a leap it is from the PlayStation VR1. Okay, so a little bit of a pro tip for South African viewers. I urge you to always check on Amazon before buying any technology locally, and the reason why is because you can get better pricing. I got my 512GB MetaQuest 3 from Amazon UK for £492, which actually worked out to about 11,000 in that range, and this included shipping. Locally, if I bought the same model, it would have cost me around 14,000 or more, depending on where you'd get it. And the only catch is, if you come across something that you've purchased and it's faulty, you might need to ship it back overseas. But I must say, so far I haven't had any issues buying technology overseas. Alright, so moving on to unboxing this device. The packaging is pretty sleek with a nice brown eco-friendly finish, which I really liked. Inside you get the headset, 2 controllers, a USB-C cable and a charger. Because I bought the Quest from the UK, it came with a UK style plug. This wasn't really an issue because it's very easy to find an adapter online. You can look at Takealot and this will easily convert the UK plug into a South African socket style. You won't have any issues with the power standards from South Africa versus the UK. I haven't had any issues charging the device, so it works perfectly fine. One thing I will say is the headset is surprisingly light for a standalone device. It's actually very impressive. One thing that was terrible was the stock strap that it came with. That thing was incredibly flimsy and uncomfortable. So what I did was go get a different type of strap. I found one on GWiz, which I upgraded to, and this was the Elite strap with a built-in 10,000 milliamp battery. This massively improved my comfort and it basically extended my standalone playtime by a couple of hours. I would say an hour and a half, maybe 2. It's incredible, really. The reason I got the Elite strap was to try out a different PCVR setup, a wireless one. So I purchased virtual desktop to do PCVR gaming wirelessly. It worked really well, but there were occasional hitches while I was playing, even though my internet is pretty solid, especially at godlike settings in virtual desktop. So after a month or 2, I decided to switch to a wired connection using a dedicated cable. My experience now is flawless with no compromises to graphics or latency while I'm playing. Alright, let's speak a little bit about specs and performance. The MetaQuest 3 comes with pancake lenses, which help reduce distortion at the edge of the lens. It supports refresh rates up to 120Hz. The resolution is high and it's clearly visible. It allows for standalone gaming as well as PCVR. It has inside-out tracking, touch plus controllers, and full color pass-through through the front-facing cameras. The pass-through is actually just amazing. On the flip side, the PlayStation VR1 comes with Fresnel lenses. The resolution isn't as high with 1080p per eye, and it does look a little bit blurry. You get 90Hz to 120Hz depending on the game. I'm pretty sure it might just be 90Hz. And yeah, it's mainly a wired only experience, so you'll always have the cables involved in the setup. It needs external camera tracking and uses PlayStation Move controllers, or you could use a DualShock 4 depending on the game. And yeah, there's no pass-through in it at all. So, staying on topic with the PlayStation VR1, looking back at it, I still think it's an amazing headset, especially with the sheer vastness of the game library. There are great VR experiences for newcomers. I definitely think if you want to get into VR, you don't want to go with something like the Quest 3 right out of the gate. You might not enjoy VR because of motion sickness, or it just might feel strange to you. So yeah, maybe start with something a little bit cheaper and see if you really like VR as a gaming style. So for this video, there were a lot of standout titles which I revisited. I went back and played Batman Arkham VR, which was great. Blood and Truth, oh my god, Blood and Truth was amazing. It's a high quality AAA James Bond-esque game, which was awesome. Farpoint was amazing. I have the aim controller for the PlayStation VR1, and Farpoint was designed specifically for this peripheral. It's so good. The story is amazing. It's still visually one of the strongest VR titles on PSVR1. Even though it's dated, it still looks amazing. I jumped into Fracked. That was great. An action-adventure cinematic game with a neon-esque style. It feels kind of like Borderlands in terms of visuals, but it was just amazing. Fruit Ninja VR was amazing as well to play in VR. So historically, it came out on smartphones back in the day, probably in high school, when I was in high school. But playing it in VR with motion controls and being able to slice through the fruit was really great. Ghost Giant was fantastic. I haven't finished it yet, but it's so good in terms of story. It brings back memories of playing Black and White, the game on PC. You feel like a godlike figure hovering and affecting the world in very fantastical ways. Killing Floor Incursion was scary, and this is just due to the perpetual darkness that the game has, but the motion and combat in the game is very strong. Iron Man VR was amazing when I first played it. It does get a bit tedious because the combat can become repetitive, but cinematically it was amazing. It really gave me the feeling I was in a Marvel movie and I was actually playing as Iron Man.
Take my hand!
Tony!
PlayStation VR World was just my entry into PSVR1 because it came bundled with the headset. There are a couple of fantastic experiences on it, but the shark cage diving experience is still amazing to this day, and I often find myself going back to replay it. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners was absolutely fantastic. I mean, the story, the combat, the branching choices, all of it is just so good. Even on PlayStation VR1, the graphics were impressive. It is honestly one of the greatest VR games, period, out there. But even though the PSVR1 is great, there are downsides. The outdated resolution, of course, is a big thing. It's quite blurry. The clunky PS3 Move controllers are from an older generation and it's quite tedious to use. And the heavy cabling makes it feel very dated compared to the wireless headsets that you get today, especially if you compare it to the standalone experience on the Quest 3. Now, switching back to the Quest 3, my first game was the standalone Batman Arkham Shadows game. It is amazing. It is a true AAA quality game with stunning visuals and fantastic combat all around. Kayak VR Mirage, absolutely amazing. Just like kayaking in beautiful realistic locations, especially on PCVR at a high resolution. It's just a pure exploration game that feels incredible. Nightclub Simulator, this game was just hilarious, over the top fun, very violent, very clunky, but I think the clunkiness actually adds to the comedy and the funness of the game, really. It's so good. Pavlov VR is essentially my go-to FPS. It's like Call of Duty and Counter-Strike in VR. It's tough because people are really skilled in that game, but getting a kill in that game is just so satisfying. It's just so good. Blade and Sorcery is an RPG open world sandbox. The combat in this game is incredible. The motion fighting feels so natural, and the quality is just above what I expected from this game. It is just incredibly good. The Blue is a breathtaking underwater cinematic experience. Like the shark cage diving on the PlayStation VR1, this is a game that just takes ocean marine life to another level. Like just seeing the whales, sharks, or the jellyfish migration in VR is incredibly mind-blowing. Alright, so my closing thoughts on this upgrade journey. I must say the MetaQuest 3 is incredible. It's an amazing headset for both standalone and PC VR gaming. Especially if you have a high-end system, it takes visuals to the absolute limit and the absolute next level. Although the PlayStation VR1 is almost a decade old, I find myself revisiting it from time to time for its unique experiences. It's still a great entry point into VR if you're new to VR in general. So that pretty much sums up my thoughts on this video. The MetaQuest 3 is incredible, and I'm looking forward to covering more VR titles on this channel. And thanks for watching this, really. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more tech content. And next up, I actually want to cover some VR experiences, but also do a video on my PC build itself, just to add some nuance to PC building. But yeah, this has been Cozy Kaz, everyone. I hope to see you in the next video. Cheers. Ah, yes! Oh my god, that was crazy! Ah, she fell. Oh, that's a damn shame, boy.